Hi everyone! Today we are going to learn about absolute value functions. To get started, let's watch this short video. While watching the video, think about these questions. First one, what do you think absolute value is always positive? Second, how does Lucy's walking related to the idea of distance? Third, how could we show this journey on a graph? Let's start it.
Math Shorts.
Absolute value. The absolute value of a number is its distance from another number on a number line. Distance is a measurement that tells you how far you've gone from one point to another. The notation for absolute value is two straight lines, like this. The absolute value of 4 is 4, because 4 is 4 places from 0 on the number line. Negative 4 is also 4 places from 0 on the number line, so its absolute value is also 4. Absolute value is always a positive number because it's the distance from the other number, in this case 0, no matter the direction. Here's Lucy. She needs to walk to her tuba lesson, 3 blocks from the bus stop. After walking 2 blocks, she realizes she dropped her sheet music. She goes back 1 block, finds it, then continues to her lesson. One way to represent Lucy's journey is like this, by walking 2 blocks forward, 1 block back, and 2 blocks forward. Lucy ends up 3 blocks from the stop, yet she walked more than that. Absolute value shows us how much she actually walked. 2 blocks forward, plus 1 block back, plus 2 blocks forward, for a total of 5 blocks. Phew! Absolute value can help us calculate distance and solve math problems.
Now, we have finished our video. Let's answer the question together. First, why do you think absolute value is always positive? Anyone? So, absolute value is always positive because this is measured distance from 0. And distance cannot be negative. No matter if a number is positive or negative, its absolute value tells us how far it's from 0 on the number line. So, no matter if a number is positive or negative, its absolute value tells us about the distance, tells us how far it is from 0 on the number line. For example, if we are having a 2 and a negative 2 in the number line, the number 2 to the number 0 is 2 distance, and the number negative 2 to 0 is also 2 distance, which is the absolute value. Now, let's continue on the second question. How does Lucy's walking related to the ideas of distance? What does the video say? Anyone? Yes, so Lucy's walking shows that even when you move forward and backward, you are still covering total distance. She walks 2 blocks forward, 1 block back, and 2 blocks forward again. Even though she changes direction, the absolute value helps us calculate she traveled 5 blocks in total. This means that if this is Lucy, she walks 2 blocks forward and 1 block backward, and then 2 blocks forward again. So the total number she walks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 blocks. Now, how could we show this journey on a graph? We could use a number line or a graph where moving forward is shown by moving to the right, just like I did, and then moving backward is shown moving on to the left, negative directions. The graph would show her starting at 0. So if we use number line at this time, starting at 0, and then moving to 2 blocks, which means plus 2. So we are here now, right? Back to plus 1. So back plus 1. This is plus 2, right? This is plus 2. Plus 1. And then forward 2. From here, plus 1, plus 2. So now we have 3, right? So this is plus 1, plus 1. So the overall is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2, which is 5. So what we learned from the video is that absolute value tells us how far a number is from 0, even though it is negative. This helps us model things like distance and more. Now, after learning absolute value, we're now introducing absolute value function f(x) equals to absolute x. The symbol here means absolute. So, the definition is the function f equals to absolute x takes whatever number you put in and gives you its absolute value. For example, let's say Lucy again, she walks to school. Her school is 3 meters from the bus stop. So here is the bus stop, right? So this is the Lucy. Lucy is here. Now, let's say Lucy walks to school. Her school is 3 meters from the bus stop. One day she walks 3 meters forward. So forward, let's say if it's go forward for 3 meters, and this is her school. So now y equals to 3. And then it gives us 3. Remember that absolute value always gives us positive numbers. Another day, she accidentally went wrong way at first, then realized and turned around. So this means she walked like a negative numbers, right? So now, y equals to negative 3. This gives us 3. Very good, because we only get positive numbers from the absolute value. Now, even though she went wrong way at first, the total distance from the bus stop is still 3 meters. That's how absolute value functions help us model real-world distance, since distance is always positive. The example written in math formula is when x equals to 3, y equals to absolute x equals to absolute 3 equals to 3. Remember, it always gives us positive numbers. And then, when x equals to negative 3, y always equals to absolute x, and then equals to absolute of negative 3, which gives us positive 3. Very good. Now, absolute value function. Hence, from the example, we can tell that if we have f(x) equals to absolute x, this can give us both for x, right? However, the x can be a positive or a negative. So when x greater than 0, this means x it itself is an x, right? However, if x is smaller than 0, means that x is negative. So this means negative x. Very good. And now, so we know that the domain of f(x) equals to absolute x is all real x. f(x) equals to absolute x is all real x. The range of f(x) equals to absolute x is what? Very good. It's for all positive or non-negative real numbers. So when we graph these two functions, its shape looks like a V. Graphing. So shape looks like a V. Remember this is a very important feature of the absolute functions. So, any questions so far? If we don't have any questions, let's move on to the booklet.